The city never sleeps, but tonight, it holds its breath. The rain falls heavy, washing the blood from old streets that remember every secret, every deal, every ghost. Somewhere in the shadows, a figure moves slow, certain, alive. His name used to echo in every corner of the city, in whispers, in fear. In respect, ghost, they said he was gone, buried, forgotten. But power doesn't die, it just waits for the right moment to rise again. The night sits heavy over New York. The kind of night that smells like money, danger, and regret. Neon lights flicker against wet pavement as a black car glides through the narrow streets. The hum of the engine is smooth, controlled, like the calm before a storm. Inside the car, there's no face to see, only a hand, scarred and strong, resting on the wheel. A silver watch glints in the dim light. That same watch once belonged to a man everyone thought was dead. The camera drifts past the car and moves into the heart of the city clubs beating with bass. Deals whispered in corners, hands exchanging envelopes under the cover of smoke. This is Ghost's world. It always has been. It always will be. But something's changed. The power that once ruled these streets now belongs to those too young to understand its cost. Tariq walks among them, sharp eyes, heavy heart, chasing a name that still haunts every headline, James St. Patrick. The rain starts to fall harder, each drop a memory hitting the ground. Voices rise from the dark, low and uncertain. They say he's back. No one comes back from that. You don't understand, he was never really gone. The rumors move through the streets like smoke, twisting, spreading, finding their way into every conversation. Every fear dot far from the noise. In an abandoned apartment overlooking the river, the air feels different. A single light flickers. On the table, a glass of whiskey sits untouched. A newspaper lies beside it, headlines circled in red, ghost confirmed dead, police close case. But the window is open, the curtains shifting in the breeze. And a faint shadow crosses the wall, slow, silent, familiar. The streets of New York have always had a rhythm, a pulse that beats to power, betrayal, and survival. Tonight, that rhythm feels off. Something unseen moves beneath it. Old debts, old ghosts. And somewhere in the dark, someone is watching, waiting. A phone rings. Once, twice, then silence. Another ring. A hand picks it up. The voice on the other end is steady, cold, and careful. It's time. The line goes dead. The city exhales, back on the street. The black car stops at a red light. The driver's hand tightens around the wheel. The rain slows, almost respectful. The light turns green, but the car doesn't move. Instead, the camera closes in on the rearview mirror. For a split second, there's a reflection of face, or maybe just a memory. But the eyes, those eyes could only belong to one man. Ghost. And just like that, the car moves forward, disappearing into the dark. Power doesn't fade. It changes hands. It bends, twists, and hides in new faces, waiting for someone bold enough to claim it. The city moves on like it always does, pretending the ghosts of yesterday are gone, pretending the blood on its streets has dried. But those who built their names under Ghost's shadow know better. Every streetlight still remembers his footsteps. Every deal still echoes his voice. The camera glides through New York, men in suits stepping out of black cars. Young hustlers counting cash in alleys, women in red dresses whispering names that make the air heavy. Somewhere, a man opens a safe and pulls out an old photo. Ghost standing beside a car, his eyes sharp, calm, dangerous. Beneath the photo, a small piece of paper reads, "Everything ends, except the legacy." Tariq stands on a rooftop, looking down at the city his father once ruled. The skyline glows like a kingdom on fire. He breathes in the cold air and tries to tell himself he's nothing like the man who came before him. But power doesn't care about blood or belief. It runs in the veins like a curse. It waits. It whispers. And tonight, it starts calling again. Below, the streets move fast. Dealers, politicians, cops, all chasing something they can't control. Rumors begin to spread, louder this time. A voice heard in a club, a figure caught on a blurry camera, A familiar car parked near Truth, the old club ghost once owned. People talk, then go quiet. Fear returns to faces that thought they were safe. Inside an expensive penthouse, an old associate pours a drink. His hand shakes. If he's alive, he mutters, then everything we built is over. His phone buzzes. A message flashes across the screen. He's watching. He looks out the window. Across the street, a man in a black hoodie stands still in the rain. When the lightning strikes, he's gone. Power has a memory. It knows who deserves it and who stole it. The city itself starts to feel haunted. Doors creak open when no one's there. Old enemies start seeing shadows that look too familiar. Somewhere in the dark, a hand slides across a map of the city, certain corners circled, certain names crossed out. Revenge is patient. Legacy is eternal. Tariq walks into the old club one night, empty and silent now, dust covering the tables that once held kings and killers. He looks around, remembering the stories, the warnings, the lessons. The air feels thick, almost alive. On the wall, the faint outline of Ghost's mural still remains under the peeling paint. He stares at it for a long time, then whispers, "I'm not you." But behind him, something small catches the light, the same silver watch placed neatly on the counter. The same one Ghost wore the night he was last seen. Tariq freezes. The camera closes in on the watch face. The second hand ticks, once, twice, then stops across town. A warehouse door creaks open. Inside, crates of money, guns, and files marked with names, the old network, untouched for years. A figure moves through the shadows, pulling the cover off a car, the same black car from before. The engine hums to life, deep and smooth, like it never stopped running. The legacy was never broken. It was only waiting in the distance, sirens wail. The city senses the shift. Old loyalties will crumble. New kings will rise. But above all, one truth remains: power isn't something you inherit. It's something you take. And Ghost. He took everything. The screen fades to black, leaving only one sound, a faint whisper carried by the wind. He's back. The city wears a new mask now. Fresh suits, louder chains, sharper knives. But underneath, it's the same old game of power, money, loyalty, betrayal. Every player swears they're different, but they all end up making the same mistakes. The ghosts of old hustlers whisper through the alleys, warning them, mocking them. Yet no one listens. Because in this city, everyone thinks they can outsmart death. Tariq moves like a man who's seen too much, but trusts too little. His name carries weight, and everyone knows why. The son of a legend, the heir to a throne built on blood. But thrones don't come with peace, they come with targets. He walks through streets where his father's name is both a blessing and a curse. Some salute him, some want him gone. All of them remember Ghost. In the backrooms of luxury clubs, new faces gather around tables once owned by old kings. They speak in coded words, smile with sharp eyes, and shake hands that mean nothing. A man named Rico runs his mouth, claiming the city belongs to him now. He's young, loud, hungry, the kind who dies fast. Another man laughs quietly, swirling his drink. "You can't take what never left," he says. Rico frowns, not realizing he's already stepped into someone else's story. Far from the noise, an older man sits in a small diner, staring at his coffee. He used to work for Ghost, loyal once, broken now. He hears the whispers, the talk of return. "It can't be," he mutters, but his hands tremble anyway. In his pocket, an envelope marked with a single letter, G. Inside, a photo of Tariq walking the same streets his father once ruled. A message scrawled in red ink. "Watch him. He's not ready." Night falls, and the city shifts again. A black SUV glides past a crowd, its windows tinted dark. Inside, silence. The driver's gloved hand taps the wheel to the rhythm of an old song, one Ghost used to play. The camera follows the car as it turns into a hidden alley, stopping in front of a warehouse. The door opens. Men step out, weapons ready. They expect someone. They fear someone. The door creaks open wider. A figure walks in. Hood up, calm, controlled. The men raise their guns to slow. A flash. One light flickers. Then nothing. Only footsteps echoing in the dark. When the lights come back, every gun is on the floor. The men stare, frozen. The hooded figure is gone. But on the table lies a single bullet, engraved with the same initials, G.S.P. By morning, word spreads fast. Nobody saw his face, but everyone knows what it means. The city buzzes with nervous energy. The dealers talk quieter. The bosses lock their doors. The streets, once ruled by noise, now move in whispers. Tariq feels the weight of it. He's not sure if he's being protected or hunted. He meets with Brayden in a cold parking lot before dawn. Someone's playing with us, Brayden says. No, Tariq replies. Someone's reminding us who really runs this. His voice shakes just a little. He looks over his shoulder, half expecting to see a ghost standing there. Across town, a woman watches from a window high above the city. She used to love Ghost, or maybe she just loved what he could give her. Now she sees the city tearing itself apart again. You can't outrun a man like that, she whispers. Even when he's dead, her reflection stares back at her, and for a moment, it doesn't look like her at all. The power that once held New York together is unraveling. Old enemies crawl out of hiding, drawn by the scent of opportunity. The new generation is stepping into shoes they don't understand. And somewhere, unseen, the real game is being played again. The same rules, the same dangers, the same man pulling the strings, because in the world Ghost built, everyone owes him something: loyalty, fear, or blood. The city belongs to no one now, but it remembers its king, and kings don't stay dead forever. The city feels colder now. The nights stretch longer, and even the air carries a warning. People walk faster, talk softer, and look over their shoulders more than they used to. Something unseen moves through the streets, like a heartbeat under the pavement. It's not fear. It's not rumor. It's something deeper. It's memory. A few nights after the warehouse attack, Tariq wakes up to a noise outside his apartment. Not loud, just steady, like someone tapping metal against glass. He pulls the curtain slightly. No one's there. Only the reflection of the streetlight blinking red over and over, like a warning. He turns away, but freezes. On the table near the door lies a folded note. He didn't leave it there. He opens it with shaking hands. 2 words, written in black ink, still here. Across town, a police detective sits alone in her car, staring at a case file she's tried to close for years. James St. Patrick, deceased, the file says. But the photos tell a different story. New security footage. A man in a dark coat, same height, same walk. The camera caught him for only 2 seconds before the power cut. She rewinds it again and again, leaning closer each time. Her voice cracks into the silence. It can't be him. Meanwhile, the city's underworld trembles. Clubs shut early. Dealers disappear. Men who were once fearless start to vanish without a trace. Every few nights, someone finds a message carved into wood, scratched onto mirrors, or left on windshields. You forgot who built this, Rico. The loud one from before throws a party to prove he's not afraid. The music is loud, laughter louder. But when the lights flicker, the room goes quiet. A gust of cold air slips in through the open door. The candles on the tables go out one by one. He looks around, angry, but there's no one near the switch. He turns to his bodyguard, gone. On the wall behind him, something new glows faintly in red light, a mark. The same initials everyone remembers. GSP. Rico's glass drops and shatters. The music never comes back on. Tariq's nights become restless. Every time he closes his eyes, he sees flashes, his father's voice, his face, the watch, the blood. He doesn't know what's real anymore. He drives to the old neighborhood, back to where everything started. The buildings are worn down now, but the stories still live in the cracks. He steps into an old bar that used to belong to one of Ghost's partners. Dust, silence, the smell of whiskey that never left on the counter. a phone starts ringing. It's old, cracked, coated in dust. He hesitates, then answers. Static hums for a second, then a voice low, calm, familiar. "You're not ready yet." The line cuts before he can speak. He stands there, frozen, breathing hard, the echo of his father's tone still shaking his chest. Outside, lightning flashes across the skyline. The rain begins again, soft at first, then heavier, the kind of rain that feels like the city is trying to wash something away. A figure stands on a rooftop, coat billowing in the wind, watching everything below. The lights of the city flicker like candles around him. People talk. They say it's impossible. They say ghosts don't walk. But they also say that power leaves footprints, and those footprints are getting fresh again. The same cars move through the same streets. The same corners light up at the same hours. Someone is rebuilding the empire, piece by piece, quietly, ruthlessly. The city's heart starts to beat faster. Enemies turn on each other. Friends start lying to stay alive. And through it all, the same feeling lingers. The sense of the man who ruled them all is back to collect his dues. The final scene shows a man in a dark suit stepping out of a car. His face is hidden, but his walk is unmistakable, slow, smooth, full of purpose. He stops under a streetlight, glances up, and the light flickers once before going out completely. The sound of thunder rolls across the skyline. For a moment, there's silence. Then a faint whisper rides the rain. "Did you really think I'd let someone else wear my crown?" The camera pans up to the city skyline, cold, bright, alive again. The same world, the same hunger, the same ghost that built it. Because legends never die. They just wait for the right moment to rise.